Hey everybody, it's Shane from plantbasedrunner.com, and today we're going to talk about entry-level basses. So I've been a bass player for over 30 years now, and when I first got my first bass, it was quite an ordeal. I ended up having to fund it myself, and I did that through picking beer bottles and pop bottles and everything else in the ditches. And it took a long time to get a whopping $25 together. And with that $25, I went into the biggest city near me, and there was a Sears store with a bargain basement, and they had a damaged bass down there. And I saw that, and it was $25, and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. It was just the most beautiful thing I've ever saw. And I picked it up. Here it is. And if you want to know the story behind this bass, I'll include a link to the actual video story of this bass, how I got it back, how it went missing for many years and I got it back. Anyways, it was $25 because the pickups didn't work right. It was missing some inlays and the strings are super high off the neck and a few other little problems. But to me, this was just the most amazing instrument in my life. I couldn't believe I actually bought a bass, and it was so tough to play. It was probably $100 new, in good working condition. So that was way out of my price range. So, but I ended up getting this and playing it, and my poor little fingers were just so sore from pushing down the strings because they're so high, and it sounded terrible, but I didn't care. It was my first bass, and this is what started it all for me. The whole 30 plus years of traveling the world and playing with some incredible people. So now I'm going to show you an entry-level bass from today, and you can see the difference. Okay, fast forward to today, and I just happened to have a friend who was looking for a bass for her son. He had been playing a short scale bass, and she wanted an entry-level regular scale bass. So I went to our local music store, and they had a line of Fender basses, and so I decided to try them out. And I tried quite a few out, and they're all surprisingly good. They're all entry level, and they're all surprisingly good. And one bass jumped right out at me because of the color, but also when I picked it up, it played so well. I'll show you this right now. There's the color. I love that color. But it's a Squire jazz bass. Got the two jazz bass pickups in it, and it is made in Indonesia. So it's their entry-level model. But when I started playing this, I couldn't believe how well it played and how good it sounded, and everything about it I just loved. And in fact, I kind of feel like I don't want to give it up. I would literally gig with this bass. It's so good. But the neck feels great. It plays really well. And why don't we just plug it in, and I'll just play something, record it, and just dry, and you can hear for yourself how good it sounds. So let's do that. Okay, that wasn't bad. Um, this thing does sound really good. I'm absolutely floored by it. Um, I'm in Canada, and the price on this one was $350. So that's not a lot of money for a bass. I mean, These guys back here are $2,000 to $4,000, and this guy was $350, and I would gig with this. It is so good. Everything about it. It has a jazz sound. It plays really well. It has a lot of oomph to the sound. It doesn't sound cheap at all. It doesn't play like a cheap bass. I'm absolutely floored. So listen, when you're getting into bass these days, if you're just starting out, you don't have to spend a ton of money. And I know it's hard to make enough to buy gear, but this is a small investment, and wow, it is a really, really good bass. Of course, you would need an amp with it too, and you know there are cheaper amps out there too if you're just learning and practicing. But like I said, I would I would love to take this on a gig and just play it all night because it just plays so well and it sounds so good. And oh, and you get free lessons if you buy something like this. So yeah, I can't say enough about it. I love this bass. 350 Canadian. That's insane. And I know everybody in the US, it'll be a lot cheaper because your dollar is a lot stronger. So that's an insanely small amount to pay for an instrument of this quality. So check it out. If you're just starting out, there's no reason to be playing on something like that when you can play on something like this. All right. So check them out. And there's other, I mean, there's Fender isn't the only company out there making entry-level basses, but just check around and you'd be surprised what you can find for a low price. So I might keep this one. All right. See you later. Hey, if you like this video or any of the others I've done, hit that subscribe button. And if you're looking for bass lessons, head on over to my website, plantbassrunner.com. Go to my contact page, send me a note. We'll work something out. Thanks for watching.